know if Mike will come in and give an update on the flea market this weekend or not, but I think it's this weekend, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, that's it from here. Have yourself a good net, and you can make this my check-in here. VE1RMJ and Maritime Fusion Net from VE1JBL, Gibbleton Tignish Bridge 73.
VE1JBL, VE1RMJ. Okay, Jim. Well, thanks for passing that along. I got you wrote in here on the list, or as a check-in. And if you wanted to come in later on, just give us a shout. And also fixed my audio here on the live stream too, so that's good. A new repeater there in Parisbro and in Yarmouth on the network and connecting to our room. Good stuff. All right, I'm going to now. Well, we're going to be looking for short time stations, I think. Let me bring up my document here. Yeah, we'll call it short time stations now into the net. Please call now.
Victor Echo 9, Golf Charlie, portable VE1. VE9 GC, portable VE1.
VE9 Golf Charlie, was there any other short time stations?
Victor Echo 1, Zulu X-ray, V1ZX.
Victor Alpha 6, Foxtrot Papa VA6 FP.
Victor Echo 1, Foxtrot Oscar X-ray.
Okay, we got Zulu X-ray, VA6, Foxtrot Papa, and VE1 FOX on short time. Was there any other short time station?
Kilo Foxtrot 4, Whiskey, Lima, Quebec. Short time, no comments.
Okay, Kilo Foxtrot 4, Whiskey, Lima, Quebec. We got you there. Thanks for the check-in there. Okay, let's go to the top of the list. VE9 GC, come on in.
V1 RMJ with the Wednesday Night Fusion Net, V9 GC, portable VE1. Good evening there, Rob. All on frequency coordinate here in the HRM this evening. I've got to get back to work here and working on some reports. But I did want to be able to check in this evening and look forward to just trying to think where I am next week. Actually, I think I'm home probably next week, but we'll find out. Either that or I'll be on the road again. Anyway, Rob, thanks for doing the net. Thanks for calling me in, and I hope everybody has had a good week so far, and the rest of it continues to be that way. VE1 RMJ, VE9 GC, portable VE1.
VE9 Golf Charlie, VE1 RMJ. Okay, Gordon, well, thanks for the check-in there. Sounds like you're busy. All right, you have a good evening, and stay safe, 7-3. All right, next we'll go to VE9 Zulu X-ray. Brad, come on in.
VE1 RMJ with the Fusion Net, V1 Zulu X-ray. Very good evening, Rob. Very good evening to everybody on the frequency here. Been a nice day in Two Islands, but the wind did come up. It's quite windy here. And I was in Spring Hill about noontime, and man, they had a downpour there. Watched the streets of Spring Hill there pretty good there, Rob. Hi. Well, thanks again, Rob, for checking me in. V1 RMJ, V1 Zulu X-ray.
VE1 Zulu X-ray, VE1. All right, Brad. Well, thanks for checking in there. And yeah, we had a downpour here. It only lasted about 10 minutes, and we had, according to my weather station, 5.6 mils of rain in that very short time. So it was hammering down. I was home at lunchtime, and when I went outside, I couldn't believe how much water was on the ground, and the sun was trying to come out. Anyway, thanks for checking in to the net, and you have yourself a good evening, 7-3. All right, next we have Victor Alpha 6, Foxtrot Papa. Francis, come on in.
VE1 RMJ for the Maritime Fusion Net from VA6FP. Good evening, Robert. Good evening to everyone back home in the Maritimes. We just pulled in here. We were bicycle mobile, and that's the reason why I checked in a little earlier. I gotta run a few errands here before we sit down for supper. Then I got a amateur radio club meeting here this evening, so we want to try to get everything done as quick as I can. Thanks very much for letting us check in early. We won't tie you up any longer. Have yourself a great net, and 7-3 all around. VE1 RMJ from VA6FP.
FP, VE1 RMJ. Okay, Francis. Well, thanks for checking in, and have a good evening, 7-3. All right, last on the list here I have is the VE1 FOX. Curtis, come on in.
Hey, Victor Echo 1, Romeo Mike Juliet, with the Maritime Fusion Net. Victor Echo 1, Foxtrot, Oscar X-ray here in 3 Mile Plains, Anne County. Good evening to you, Robert. Good evening to all the other operators on this evening. Yeah, another day, got to get paid and get some food in our stomachs, I guess. So we're out to get some growth there before she closes down. Right up to 26 degrees, 24 degrees showing right now, so it didn't cool off much. We did have a shower of rain while the sun was shining, so it could go. We was always told years ago that from the old people, if it's raining and sun shining, the devil's beating his wife. So there you go. I ain't truth in that enough. But anyway, if it is, she's crying a lot. Anyways, besides that, Robert, I guess thanks for calling me into this evening, and thank you. Back to you. You have a great evening. Victor Echo 1, Romeo Mike Juliet. Victor Echo 1, Oscar 8. See you.
VE1 FOX, VE1 RMJ. Okay, Curtis, well, thanks for checking in tonight, and you have yourself a good evening, 7-3. Okay, now, let's see here. We're going to take a first round for Prince Edward Island stations. So any stations in Prince Edward Island that would like to check into the Maritime Fusion Net, please call now.
Victor Yankee Lou, Gulf of Foxtrot.
Okay, we got you there, George. Anybody else on Prince Edward Island like to check in? All right, VY2 Golf Foxtrot. Come on in, George.
Well, good evening, Robert, and everybody on the net. I'm coming through Charlottetown. Well, I guess tomorrow is a big day, grocery day. But in the meantime, if anybody frequency putting together websites, this isn't very complicated, but going on, and I need a bit of help. So I hope everybody has a good week, and we'll certainly look forward to the net next Wednesday. Victor 2 Golf Foxtrot.
VY2 Golf Foxtrot, VE1 RMJ. Okay, George, thanks for checking in, and hopefully someone give you a hand there. Have a good evening, 7-3. All right. I'll give one more try for PEI before we have to come back to them in a little bit. Any other stations on Prince Edward Island? Okay. Let's go to New Brunswick. Any New Brunswick stations like to check in, please call now.
Victor Echo 9, Papa, VE9, ZP. Victor Echo 9, Alpha, India, VE9, AI.
Victor Echo 9, Papa into November. Okay, so far I got VE9 Zulu Papa, VE9 AI, VE9 PIN. Any other New Brunswick stations?
VE9 Victor Echo Alpha.
All right, and we added one more there. We added Vern. I got you on the list. So let's go to the top of the list. VE9 Zulu Papa. Dawn, come on in.
VE9 ZP, good evening, Rob, and all. Just got a quick announcement here, Rob. We got that the Triple F Net is back in business on this on Fridays at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. for Triple F. We are back live, not what has a great evening. Thanks a lot for checking us in, Rob. You have a great net, and we'll say 7 RMJ from VE9 City, the big dog in the 3, Rob.
VE9 Zulu Papa, VE1 RMJ. Okay, Dawn, couple of dropouts there. Some other stations out there too. Might be network connectivity there at our site or something going on, but we got about 99% of that. Good to hear that that's back on and running, and hopefully I should be able to check in there this Friday coming. Anyway, have yourself a good evening, and 7-3. All right, next we have Victor Echo 9 Alpha India. Gary, come on in.
VE1 RMJ, net control, VE9 AI, Gary in Fredericton. Good evening to one on frequency. Haven't been on here because of the downtown cars. So they're ended for the season, so here to spring sometime. Anyway, it was a mixed day out. Some rain early and then some clouds, and so anyway, we got through it, so not much else. Hope to get to Riverview there weekend for the swap shop there. So with that, we'll say good evening to one and all. Everyone, aye.
VE9 AI, VE1 RMJ. Okay, Gary, thanks for checking in. A couple of dropouts there too with your call there, but we got most of that. Have a good evening, 7-3. All right, next we got VE9 Papa India November. Bert, come on in.
Good evening, everyone. I better shut off the other radio. As the call sign says, Papa India November, well, that will be the activity for the weekend. Going to the Pinchot and Three Rivers, I guess, with the pandemic on. Probably lost a few members too, but we should get the exhibit 30 to 35 the other day. Probably about 100,000 pins in display. All on the arena-sized floor. So that's on the Three Rivers. We're going to be leaving Friday morning. We'll be on APRS V1PIN-8. And besides that, well, we had a funny rainy day here. Rain, not rain, so, but we're dry now. So, already have a pleasant evening and a good weekend, a long weekend coming for some of you guys.
VE9PIN, VE1RMJ. Okay, Bert, thanks for checking in. And yeah, I think some people are gonna get a long weekend. Not too many there. I know we're working on Monday. We're not getting a day off there, but the kids will, and government for sure. Anyway, thanks for checking in, and have a good evening. 7-3. All right, next on our list we got VE9 Victor Echo Alpha. Vern, come on in.
Yeah, VE1 RMJ, Wednesday night Fusion Net Control. Good evening, Robert. Good evening to all fine. Outstanding hands-on frequency there for sure. Well, Robert, we've been riding along with you for, I don't know, the last several minutes, maybe a little longer. I can't even see the time on the clock over there right now. Well, I think we've been up to about 15 minutes with you here. So, and we also just finishing off a little smack of covered bridge chips. The end of the first bag that I got, so 3 or 4 more bags to go. So, boys, are they good. Delicious, I'll tell you that. So, all I can tell you, Rob, go from there. Outside of that, we'll wish everybody good evening and a great wake-up call tomorrow, 7-3-12. 88 the ladies, a special good evening to Scanner and shortwave listeners. We'll turn it back to you. VE1 RMJ, Net Control, VE9 Victor Echo Alpha, 7-3 Rob, thanks for doing that. Thanks for calling us in. And hopefully we'll be around again next week to aggravate the airways again. 7-3 everybody, bye-bye.
VE9 VEA, VE1 RMJ. All right, Vern, thanks for checking in. You have yourself a good evening, 7-3. Okay, now we're going to open it up for Nova Scotia stations. Anybody in Nova Scotia wishing to check in, please call now.
Director 1, India, Quebec. Director Echo 1, Juliet, Whiskey, V1, JW.
Victor Echo 1, Charlie Sierra Echo, VE1 CSE.
Okay, so far I have VE1IQ, VE1JW, and VE1CSE. Any other Nova Scotia stations in there? Okay, this might be a quick net tonight. See, VE1IQ, Brian, come on in.
VE1 RMJ, VE1 IQ. Well, this is a first for me. We have to get in ready to start, Rob. Anyway, there's not much going on around here today. I was walking the dog and mowing a little bit of grass, and outside of that, taking it easy. And there's no traffic from here, but you're coming through loud and clear tonight. VE1, India, Quebec.
VE1IQ. Thanks for that, and thanks for checking in. And good to hear you on the first call. You have yourself a good evening, 7-3. Next, we have VE1 Juliet Whiskey. Eric, come on in.
Good evening, Rob, everybody. Good start so far. Getting a few there. And yeah, nice to hear Jim says a few new nodes on there. Yeah, a new Brad that put his on. I was talking to Rob from Yarmouth, the other Rob, and the other day when I was going into the city, he was coming up behind me a little bit, so we were chatting, and he told me he'd put his over into here as well. So it's good to get a few more in. Yeah, there's lots of areas of the province that don't have one, but hey, there's other methods. You have the linking, the Mavcom, Echolink, IRLPs, lots of different methods of communicating around. Digital is good, so the more repeaters and nodes we get up and scattered around the province, the more coverage we'll have. But anyway, it's good. Other than that, nothing too much. Didn't do a whole lot today. We can get the ears lowered, so I wouldn't have to pay dog tax and did a few errands. And other than that, it's been a pretty quiet day. E1 and JW.
VE1JW, VE1RMJ. Okay, Eric, well, thanks for checking in tonight, and have yourself a good evening. Next, we'll go to VE1CSE. Robert, come on in.
VE1RMJ, VE1CSE. Good evening to you, Rob, and all on frequency. Of course, transmitting from New Minas here via my node, and well, yeah, things are doing pretty good there for you for the net. That's good, and glad to hear everyone on this evening. And hey, we got the morning net tomorrow morning, so look forward to all your guys' check-ins tomorrow morning. Nothing further at the time. I'll pass back to you, and see you all. Have a great evening there. VE1 RMJ, VE1 CS.
VE1CSE, VE1RMJ. Okay, Robert, thanks for checking in, and we'll hear you on the Wake Up Net in the morning. 7-3. All right, that's the bottom of the list here. We're going to do another round of the Maritimes before we go outside the Maritimes. So we'll go back to PEI. Is there anybody in PEI that would like to check in to the Maritime Fusion Net? Please call now. All right, not hearing anything. We're going to move along. New Brunswick. Second call on New Brunswick. Any stations wishing to check in New Brunswick, please call now.
Victor Echo 9, Charlie Echo Lima. Victor Echo 9, Uniform Bravo. Victor Echo 9, Charlie Uniform Bravo.
VE9 CEO, VE9 DEN, VE9 CU stations.
Victor Echo 9, Papa Alpha Lima. Victor Echo 9, Papa Alpha Lima. Can you hear me there?
Yep, I got you there, Paul. Anybody else?
Victor Echo 9, Mike Oscar, mobile.
Okay, we got VE9 Mike Oscar, and I think I heard mobile at the end of that. Kind of cut out there. Malcolm, go ahead.
That was right. One RMJ, VE9 Mike here mobile. Malcolm here in Fredericton. Just did a lot of running around today. My kids are back in school. Guys joined up to football, so that means usually every night we're either at practice or game. So anyway, it's good to watch the game, the practice. The practice, I don't need practice driving, but I guess I'm getting some. So anyway, thanks for VRMJ, VE9.
VE9 Mike Oscar, VE1 RMJ. Okay, Malcolm, thanks for the check-in, and safe travels there, 7-3. Next we have, let's see here, a VE9 Charlie Echo Lima. Come on in.
V1 RMJ, V9CL. Yeah, name's Charles. I don't always check into the net there, but I'm just passing through Moncton, so I figure now would be a good time. And anyway, that's all I got. I got no traffic besides that, so back to you, net control. V9CL is clear.
VE9 CL, VE1 RMJ. Okay, Charles, now I remember. You have yourself a good evening, 7-3. Let's see, next we have Victor Echo 9, Delta Echo November. Denny, come on in.
VE1 RMJ, VE9 DEN. Good evening, Robert, I believe. VE9 DEN, Denny here in Dalhousie. And everything is good. A little windy, we had rain, and we had thunder lightning this morning. And everything is good, so there you go. No other traffic, just thanks a lot for doing the net. Sounding great. VE from, turn it back to you there, VE1 RNJ. Rob, VE9 DEN, Denny here in Dalhousie, over.
VE9DEN, VE1 RMJ. Okay, Denny, thanks for checking in, and have yourself a good evening, 7-3. All right, next to VE9 Charlie Uniform Bravo, Don, go ahead.
Victor Echo 9 RMJ, this is Victor Echo 9 Charlie Uniform Bravo. Good evening, Rob, and good evening to everybody on the Fusion Net here this evening. No real traffic, just to check in, say hi, a hand and a wave, and whatnot to everybody. I hope everybody's having a great week, and more importantly, has a safe week. So with that, Rob, I'll give it back to you. Victor Echo 1 RMJ, this is Victor Echo 9 Charlie Uniform Bravo. Thanks, Rob, for calling me in, and of course, doing the net.
VE9 CUV, VE1 RMJ. Okay, Don, well, thanks for checking in, and have yourself a good evening, 7-3. And last on this round, I got VE9 Papa Alpha Lima. Paul, come on in.
Yeah, VE1 RMJ, this is VE9 PL. How you doing there, Robert? I'm coming in from the Moncton repeater there. I noticed that people have been cutting out there off and on, so maybe it's just something to do with the internet or something. But anyway, 22 degrees here. Beautiful day. Starting to get dark a little earlier. My type of weather. Anyway, you guys all have a great week. Take care. V9 PAL.
VE9 PAL, VE1 RMJ. Okay, Paul. Well, I like the opposite. I like the longer daylight hours, not the darkness. But anyway, I do like that we're gonna have a little bit of cooler temperatures coming, but not that other stuff. Anyway, thanks for checking in, Paul, and you have yourself a good evening, 7-3. Okay, now we're on to second round Nova Scotia. Any Nova Scotia stations, please call now.
Victor Echo 1, Kilo Echo Victor Mobile.
All right. The Elks, Nova Scotia station.
V1GUI.
CE1 EP Delta.
Victor Echo 1, Robbie Charlie Charlie Mobile.
Okay, we added VE9 GUI, VE1 EPD, and a VE1 RCC mobile. Was there any other Nova Scotia stations? All right, we'll go to the top of the list, VE1 KEV mobile. Come on in, Kevin.
Yeah, very good evening, Robert. VE1RMJ for the Wednesday Night Fusion Net. VE1 KEV Mobile, very good evening, and good evening to all on the net there tonight. We're coming through the Amherst Fusion repeater there. Just making our way to the Superstore this evening, Robert. I'm going to go in and grab a few things, and thought, well, we better check in now, because chances are by the time we get out, you'll probably be tying the ribbons up there. So anyway, beautiful day, like everybody's reporting, and about 18 degrees here on the dashboard, a little bit cooler. And I think the highs tomorrow is only 17, so I think it's we're on the downslide maybe. That's it from here, buddy. Thanks for checking in. Thanks for doing the net. 7-3, and probably see you on Saturday. VE1RMJ, V1 KEV Mobile.
Oh, VE1 KEV, VE1RMJ. All right there, Kevin. Yeah, it might be an early close to the net, but who knows? And we hit 27 today briefly, and then she dropped down pretty fast and kind of went up. It's kind of strange if I look at my weather station here. With that rain, it really took a drop. But we're sitting here at 20 degrees here. Anyway, we'll see what the weather does. I kept looking at the forecast the last couple of weeks, and it showed cooler days, and then we ended up getting up in the high 20s. Could use a little bit of cooler weather. Anyway, good luck shopping there, Kevin. We'll talk to you later. We got another mobile here. VE1 Romeo Charlie Charlie. Robert, come on in.
Hi, VE1RMJ, an RCC Mobile here in Annapolis Royal. Doing some work here in Digby here, so at the hotel, and I figured on checking in there here that is on, and may as well be another mark there. So anyway, sounds good, and I was able to get my HF going there today as well, so I was able to check into the White Cane and to the Maritime Net. So feeling good here, all ham radio and going. So I feel very happy. Anyway, finished the day here. Again, I just arrived here, so I'm going to go and just settle down and relax. So thanks for letting me in. Hey, everyone, have a good day there. Mobile here in Annapolis Royal.
VE1RCC, VE1RMJ. Okay, Robert, good to hear you there, and I hope things are good down there in Annapolis Royal. You take care, 7-3. All right, next we got Victor Echo 1, Golf Uniform Yankee. Joe, come on in.
V1RMJ, V1GUI. Good evening there, Rob. Good evening to everyone on frequency here on the Fusion Net here on a Wednesday night. Yeah, I called in before on the Nova Scotia call, but I guess I wasn't getting out, or you never heard me or something. Yeah, maybe I'm not. Okay, just thought I'd give you another. We'll say good evening, V1GUI. Go
VE1 GUI, VE1 RMJ. Okay, Joe. Yeah, I didn't see or hear you queue up any times there, so mine just got covered up each time. There was a couple drops there, but nothing too serious that should have stopped you there from getting in. But glad we got you there that time around. Anyway, 7-3. Have a good evening. All right. Last on this call, we got Victor Echo 1 Echo Papa Delta. Edwin, come on in.
VE1 RMJ, VE1 EPD. Oh well, it's been quite a day for me. To Halifax this morning to the airport for a drop off. Back at noon. Didn't do very much this afternoon. And tonight she wanted to make some relish, some green relish. So I had to get the chopper out and chop the cucumbers up. So that kept me busy, kept me doing something anyway. And thanks for doing the net. Just listened in for a little while today, but just during the net. So VE1 RNJ, VE1 EPD.
VE1 EPD, VE1 RMJ. Okay, Edwin, well, thanks for checking in and have yourself a good evening. 7-3. All right, that's the second call there for the Maritimes. So now we're going to open up for stations outside the Maritimes now. See what we can get from outside the Maritimes. Please call now.
N1 CDN, November 1 Charlie, Delta, November.
Okay, we copied N1 CDN. Any other stations outside the Maritimes? All right, just you there, Steve, at N1 CDN. Come on in.
Hey, good evening, Robin Holloman at N1 CDN, Stephen here, West Central Florida. Where it's brisk and cool, 29 degrees. We've had more days below average than above average so far this month, and 29 is below average. But I'm enjoying it. You know, you get used to what you get used to. Just sitting here, listening to the sound and smelling the smells of my wife preparing supper, and it's about to hit the table. So I just thought I'd jump in, check in, and give you another number for the net. So 7-3, good night, everybody, and we'll catch you all next week. N1 CDN, West Central Florida.
N1 CDN, VE1 RMJ. Well, all right there, Steve. We've been getting the warm temperatures up here, but a little bit above average. So that's how I guess the things balance out. Anyway, good to hear you there, and hope all's well. Thanks for checking in. 7-3. Okay, we'll open it up to any stations anywhere. Wishing to check into the Maritime Fusion Net, please call now.
Victor Echo 9, Victor in the Charlie.
INMTV. Victor Echo 3, Alpha Charlie. VE3AC.
All right, so far I got VE9 VIC, VE9 MTV, and VE3AC. Any other stations anywhere? Okay, we'll go to the top of that list. VE9 VIC. Come on in.
Good evening.
No traffic. Name is Romeo Indiana November Oscar, northern New Brunswick. We had a beautiful day. Rainy, windy, but beautiful overall. So 7-3 to all, V9 Victor India Charlie.
Oh, VE1 VIC, VE1 RMG. Okay, Reno, well, thanks for the check-in there tonight, and you have yourself a good evening. 7-3. All right, let's see who we got here. Next station we have is Victor Echo 9, Mike Tango Victor. Mike, come on in.
Victor Echo 1, Romeo Mike Juliet with the Maritime Fusion Net, Victor Echo 9, Mike Tango Victor. Good evening, Robert. Good evening to everybody on the net. Coming through the Mountain Fusion repeat fleet. Just in the process of changing my radio here, so I had better here and the last time with the 100 on the here, putting that in my mobile unit there. So anyway, go ahead there, Robert. This morning, about 15 minutes, we had a little shower here in Irishtown, so keeping the ground wet a little bit there today. Anyway, back to you, Robert. Have a good net. Sounding good everywhere. Few dropouts there. I guess that might be internet problems there. Or server way out in Japan there. But still 19 degrees here, Robert, and the sun is coming down there. So have a good net. 7-3, Victor Echo 1, Romeo Mike Juliet, Victor Echo 9, Mike Tango Victor. The market on Saturday. 7-3.
VE9 MTV, VE1 RMJ. Okay, Mike. You dropped out at the end there. I imagine you're talking about the flea market this coming Saturday?
Yeah, Roger, the flea market in Montreal at the Provincial Lines Center. They're open at 8 for dealers and 9 for buyers. Hope to see a lot of you. 7-3.
All right, Mike. Yeah, sounds great. I'm looking to make it there this weekend. I haven't been to a flea market in a while there, so good stuff. And the FTM 100, I actually got sitting to the side tonight. I got the 300 here. I'm running and looking to probably sell that FTM 100 there. So one of these days, sometime. I like to buy them. I don't like to sell them, but I don't really have a need for this radio. So anyway, thanks for the check-in, Mike, and 7-3. You have a great evening. All right, next on our list is we got Victor Echo 3 Alpha Charlie. Frank, come on in.
The one RMJ. Charlie, well, good afternoon or good evening, I should say. To all my friends at the East Coast, I'm glad that you reminded me about your flea markets. Hopefully that goes well, and everyone, now that things are opening up. But yeah, I should enjoy a nice big